Okay everyone, here's a video of a fairly basic coil build. I've got an empty trap. I'm going to go through everything here. I've been asked to do it. I made an attempt about a few days ago, but I messed it up. So I'm giving it another fresh shot here. And let's just go for it. So I've got my trap freshly cleaned. I was away and I was abusing it, but I just gave it a cleaning. There's a video about that too. And it's come out real nice. So here we go with the coil build. There's my trap. I'm using this wire. This is, as everybody knows, very good stuff. If you don't know, this is the preferred wire, it seems, these days for very good reason. AVS Hexcore wire. There we go. All the particulars are right there. There's that for you. You need tools for this. The tools you have to have probably are some sort of cutting device that's sharp. Ceramic tweezers are kind of a must. We'll go into that after. Kind of a must. A jig or something to wrap the wire on. These jigs you buy have measurements on them. Don't know if you can see that. There's little engravings and the different tiers of sizes. The 3.5 or the 3 seems to be the thing to do, so I'll do a 3.5 today. I just took a very small piece of the wire. That's like, I don't know, that's actually only 3.5 inches or 4 inches. Should be enough still. Just doing a single spaced coil. Spaced coils are good because all you got to do is kind of squeeze them a bit while dry firing, and we'll get into that, to get them ready for vaping. That's a must as well. I think some people aren't doing that at this point. Gotta do it. Look on YouTube, look at this video. It's kind of a must. So, take your tool, your jig, and your piece of wire. We're doing a 3, which is right there. So take enough for the leg on the one side. Let's say about there. Bend it over. Bend over. Hold it down with your thumb. Give it a pull so it's snug. You're going to be pulling there. And get ready to wrap. So, I'm pulling with my thumb kind of. Got the wire there. And just wrap it around. I'm doing a spaced coil. Doesn't really need to be pretty at first. And the way I'm wrapping it for the camera is super awkward, so this is almost worst case scenario. For sure. But here we go. Do a few good wraps in there. I'm pulling tight. I'm actually pulling tight, intentionally spacing it. I'm just going to wrap it up so you can see. That's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to come behind the camera real quick and talk a little lower, Sean Connery style. So there's like 1, 2, 3 or 4 wraps there. I want to do a little more. You can also push it down into your thumb or into the other tier of the jig. See how it still remains spaced? Look at that. That's going to work out. Let's do a couple more wraps. I'm not pulling too tight actually. Have these so they end up on different sides. Makes sense, right? Different sides like that. I like building them a little longer than this, but for the sake of time and everything else, let's do this. I'm going to work with that. There's the coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wraps going into the trap. Now the cool thing about the trap, the design feature to lay a coil in, is you can actually kind of fit your tool in there. I like that. Very cool. I like taking it out at this point though, and doing this on camera is a little weird. So what I like doing is having it kitty corner like that as well, guys. One screw in on each corner just makes it easy to get the coil in. I have been finding. I like doing this orientation. With the leads like that coming from the bottom. Coming from the bottom. It's not lined up yet, but coming from the bottom. I like that. Okay, let's, to make this easier, got to pin that bad boy in. There. I'm gonna, super awkward behind the camera, but I'm figuring it out. I just go hand tight here. Hand tight. Hold it in. There's my other screw. I just want to pin that in so I can kind of have my hands a little more free here. I'm usually standing differently, but that's no biggie. Once I get this side in. Hand tight. There, it's a little easier to work with now. Get the other side kind of over. Get the basic placement. This will be right on the edge because I trimmed it so darn short. No biggie. Can work with it. To dry fire the coil, in this case, I'm actually going to maybe leave it a little higher than it's actually going to sit. Let's see here. Okay, it's not in the place at all where I want it, but that's where the tool comes back in, and just kind of get it down into the place where you want it, which is down for sure. I'm not 100% tight here, so the legs will still kind of come through a bit. Different tools, try different things. Here's the ceramic tweezers, getting it right down into place. I'm going to tighten that. Oh, didn't grab my screwdriver yet. There we are. This little Swiss Army knife works good. There we go, that's going to work. One side clamped in. Just get it in nice and tight. I go fairly tight. I like it. Tight's nice. It's something good about it. I'm not super satisfied with the other side. I'm going to take my tool. I'm going to get it down closer to the dish. Try not to mangle it too much. Come from the other side. Get that down. Yeah, that's more where I want it. Get this side down again. Feed some of that through. Oh, there's a reason I like this little Swiss Army knife. Helps keep things below the deck. Look at that. If you have a tool similar to that, that way you know what's up. Because one caveat of building is the top cap will come right down to here to get the flavor. So if you've built coil above the flush point of the deck, it will not work. The top cap will short it and your mod won't fire. So I've learned of ways to make coils. This is my new favorite. Oh, it sure is. This triple vertical. It lies below the deck on the sides. It hits amazingly well. Actually, can I hit it right now, guys, please? I just took one draw off it so far. I'd like to. Please, thank you. Taste like lemons. Like, seriously. Those triples are my favorite. They taste amazing. That's all I can say. There's the settings. Really nice. Okay, back to work. This is sitting a little higher than what I normally like, but hey, I'll put a little less wax and, you know, I'll just vape it all. So, I love that. So we were doing that. I need to tighten. Make sure we still got a spaced coil. Actually, I don't want to mess with that too much. Don't want to mess with it. Okay, tightening up. Tightening up. Now you got to trim the excess. Make sure that it's not going past the outer rim there or it will touch the top cap. You know, kind of obviously, but you got to make sure. So you got to get in there real tight, real close. Close your eyes when you do this, guys. Trim, it flew somewhere. I probably didn't want it to, but whatever. Okay, there's that. Let's get it on a mod in wattage mode, 10, 11 watts to start. Clean your 510 pins with, not your finger, but whatever, regularly. Throw it on this puppy. There she blows. 2, 3, 4, 5. Little H cigar, or however the heck you say that, 11 watts. It came up at 0.19. Let's fire it a little, 11 watts. Just to get the manufacturing grease at this point, get a little bit of heat through it. Ceramic tweezers, best thing in the world. So now you'll be squeezing your coil a bit like this, and fire. Few seconds, squeeze while it's hot, squeeze, look at that, look at that. It's looking nice. It's kind of a contact coil when I do that, but whatever you want to call it, it's going to work. A little bit more. Give it a squeeze. If you have ceramic tweezers, you can fire and squeeze. I think you're not supposed to strum like this with ceramic tweezers, so that's a bit of a no-no possibly, but I'm doing it anyway. It could leave particulates there, I'm sure. I'm firing 1, 2, 3, a few seconds, squeezing, and then you go up. Let's go up to 12. I'll kind of run through this quick. I'm going to go up in 1 watt increments, hitting the fire button for a few seconds, squeezing. Few seconds, squeezing. It's getting brown colored or gold colored, which is kind of right. It first starts to go that color, copper. Then it will start getting some nice purples and other colors. I'm squeezing a bit on the fire trigger. Look at that. It's firing from the middle already a bit. Looking good, Captain. Starting to come from the middle. Yeah, look at that blue. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. Yeah. Firing from the middle-ish. Let me strum this way a bit, actually. They say you should use a metal, like dab tool for strumming. I don't know, I haven't read that article, but let's go up to 14. This one, it's a smaller coil, maybe 18 watts, 20 at the most for the pulsing here. Give it a little squeeze. If there's little spots, hot spots, you need to strum those out or squeeze until they're gone. It means the current's getting there faster, and you don't want that for temp control. This is going out nice from the middle now. I'm pretty happy. I went up to 16. I bumped a couple. I cheated. Look at that. Trap life. Cheated. Yeah! Look at that! Let's just do 18 on this puppy. There, nice red, nice glow. It looks nice. It's all uniformed in there now, so it looks cool. I usually build them a little longer. There's a nice coil for you. What did we get up to? Let's do, yeah, we're at 18. Let's do 20. Just a short pulse, just to fire it up on 20 there real quick. Boom skis. So that's how you do it.